Hi everybody. Let me just check everything's working. Excuse me. Hi everybody. Okay, I can see myself there. Excuse me. Give everybody a chance to join and then I'll flip the camera in a bit. So welcome, hello, I'm taking over the CraftStash Facebook page today. I can see some of the comments. I'm just going to pull my other laptop a bit closer so I can see everybody. Hi Elaine, hey Avril, hope you're well. Let's just remove that one there we go. Hi everybody, hey Amy. So I thought I would have the camera on me for a minute like Lou always does. Lou has the setup all done very professionally. I haven't got that here, so we're going to just roll with it. Hi everybody, hi Lynn, hi Amy, hey Karen. I'm looking kind of, I can see the comments better on my iPad, but I need to make sure I look up on my phone here, which I'm streaming from. Hope everybody's well. I'm good, thank you, Avril. Hope you're well too. Hey Terry. What a lovely organised craft space. You haven't seen the floor. It needs a good hoover. It's got bits everywhere from lots of sample making. But I guess from about here up, yeah, it's pretty organised. Thank you. Hey Steve, hey Sue. Thank you. So there's lots of people joining. So I thought, yeah, I'd do a couple of, let you know a few offers and deals and stuff which CraftStash have let me know. But then they've said I can just pretty much craft away. So like I said, I'm doing a bit of a takeover today. So Lou said she'd pop in and watch if she could get a minute too, bless her. So yeah, but I think we'll be okay holding the fort here. So thank you to everybody that's joining, everyone that's saying hello. Hey Vicky, hey Linda, hey Christine, hey Maria, hey Danny. Sorry if I'm missing anybody. And like I said, I don't want to keep looking down because it doesn't look very good. So I'm trying to look on my phone, but I can literally just see one comment at a time and they're moving a little bit faster. So hey Mary, thank you. Hey Julie. So thank you everybody. Thank you for all the love. It's really kind of you. There's new faces as well, new names, so thank you for joining. Hi. So I'm just trying to watch everything. Okay, so today is the official launch of my effortless shutter cards. So I did put a little notification up on my Facebook page, and some of you have messaged me as well. We have got the 5x7 and the 6x6. Unfortunately, there's been a little issue with the 6x6. I'm going to talk about that in a bit more detail in a moment, but it's nothing really to worry about. It all still does work, but you might need to tweak something until replacement dies come. But like I said, we'll talk about that in a moment. There is a deal of the day, so I need to mention that, which is you can get the CraftStash tape and foam pads. If you buy 4, you get the 5th free. That's a good deal. So check that out. It is on the banner when you go onto their homepage. And then anything that you buy from my Made to Surprise new collection, you can receive an extra 10% off if you enter the code MTS10, and that will take that 10% discount off at the checkout. So yeah, MTS10. I know Maria's in the background, so she will pop that up in the comments every now and then. Also, we will be announcing 3 winners during the live towards the end. So make sure you comment and hit the, you know, all the nice little emojis and things like that, and Maria will select 3 random winners. I know sometimes on my lives, if people comment too much, it does kind of, I think it like boots you out a bit, so maybe be careful. Just comment and just interact as you normally would. What else do I need to say? Yes, so 3 winners, and also congratulations to June Watkins. I don't know if she has seen the post, but June Watkins won the bundle that CraftStash posted at the beginning of the week. So congratulations to June, because you've got, I think it's the 2 stamp sets and the embossing folder. So congratulations. So we've got a nice number of people joining. So now I'm going to be very professional, and I'm going to put my finger over the camera and I'm going to flip it down onto my desktop, and then we can kind of talk and I can relax a little bit. I think once I've got my camera where I need it to be, then it will be a much smoother live. So hi everybody, hi CraftStash, you're saying hello as well. And yeah, I'm going to flip it around and then I'll be able to keep up with the comments. So I'm just going to put my finger behind here, and then I'm going to turn my camera around, so you should still be able to hear me, but you will just see a red kind of mark at the moment, but I think that looks a lot better than me faffing about with it and you seeing what I'm doing. So now, as if by magic, just push that back out of the way. Look at that. Let that just sort itself out. There we go. And now I can see my comments, and hopefully that hasn't disrupted you too much. And the lighting's coming in there as well. Perfect. Okay, so a man saying volume up, please. The volume's max. Is anybody else having any issues with the volume? It's usually okay. Yeah, as I just said, anybody that's just joining, you can receive 10% off the new product today on the Made to Surprise Shutter Card collection. The link is pinned, CraftStash have pinned it there, and it's the code MTS10, and that will take 10% off for you. Thank you, Benita. Overall magic, yeah, as if by magic. Click my fingers. I am working on a proper setup. I did keep saying to people, soon you'll be able to see my face, and then I'm going to be able to just click a button, and I kind of have two cameras going, but I just can't get my head around it. It's a bit too techie for me. Thank you, Avril. Yeah, new colour today. Okay, so let's talk about shutter cards. So this is a style that's been around for a long, long time. It's been, you know, produced in dies before, but it was something that I've got a long list of things that people kind of asked me to bring out, and the shutter card was on there. And already it's been really well received, so thank you to everybody that's already purchased. I've already been being tagged and shared lots of lovely pictures, so thank you. I'm in trouble again, more goodies to spend money on. I'm sorry, Linda. Zoe says the volume is okay here. Okay, great. No, I can hear you with no problems. Perfect. If anybody here is having any issues, maybe just come out, come back in again, maybe reboot the device that you're on. I'm streaming from my iPhone, so I know that's pretty good, and I do my lives 2 a week on my own channel, and we don't tend to have too many issues with volume. So if anybody is having a problem, maybe whack some headphones in, or just come out and come back into the live. Hi Shona, I'm in love with that donut, says Benita. Thank you, Benita. Hey Danny, I think this is the best. Oh, thank you, Danny, that's really kind of you. I am a little bit, I say it every time a collection comes out, to be honest, but I am a little bit taken with this one. I think the paper pad has really got me, and some of the stamps, they're just so cute. Amanda must be going deaf. Oh, bless you. I think we all are. Okay, so let's start off with the main dies. So I'm going to start, today's going to be all about the 5x7, and I'm going to talk about the 6x6, and what I plan to do is kind of a little mini, I'll speak to CraftStash, and when those replacement dies come in, I would like to do like a little Facebook Live just focusing on the 6x6. So in fact, I'll talk about that first, because I did say I was going to, and then it'll make more sense. So anybody that has already purchased the 6x6 or who wants the 6x6, we were made aware, because the ones that I initially got were fine, which is why I was able to make my samples, but unfortunately the ones that did go out to some people, the middle two dies here are too long, too wide. They're the 6-inch height, which is perfect, but they're coming in just over 1/4 of an inch wide. So anybody that has this, you just need to snip a little bit off, and then once the replacement dies arrive, you will be sent them, and it's all good to go. So you can still use this. I mean, pretty much most of us will have a trimmer, pair of scissors, so you can very easily make it work for you. So again, I'll just show you in the die set. It's these two here. So if you have them, or you've already ordered it and you're now thinking, oh damn it, like I said, huge apologies, it's never a good thing when this happens, but I'd rather be completely transparent with you all and that you exactly know what's going on. Just contact CraftStash, they're fully aware, and they'll be able to sort that all for you. But when you look at the main one here, so you've got your 6-inch height, which is perfect. This is one of the defaulted ones, but you'll see here it's coming in at 6 1/4. Well, we don't do 6 1/4 size cards, so you just need to snip it in, and then it will be fine. So that's all I'm really going to go into about the 6x6, but like I said, I would like to maybe focus on that. Once everybody's kind of got their perfect sets again, then we can relook at that one, because it's got some lovely additions and bits to go with it. Okay, the 5x7, which I must say is my favourite anyway, because it's my favourite size card. So I was kind of not glad, because it's awful that happens, but I was like, phew, at least, you know, the 5x7's good and we can go with that one. So Angie says, now that makes sense. I wondered what was going on yesterday when I was crafting. Oh, bless you. I'm so sorry, Angie. I put a post up, but I'm aware that's not everybody's going to have seen it. But, you know, just contact CraftStash, and I'm completely, you know, available via message. So just, you know, drop me, anybody who's kind of a bit unsure, drop me a message and I'll be able to tell you what to do. Okay, so with the 5x7s, you can buy all of these items individually, but we do have bundle offers on, which is obviously the better value way of buying the collection. However, you know, I always like to make sure that there's something just for people that like to stamp and maybe just use embossing folders. You might want to just use the editions sets on their own because they work really well. So there's something for everybody, and anybody that also doesn't maybe, well, I don't think there's many of us that don't like sweets and cakes. However, if you don't like the stamps or the embossing folders, this is lovely on its own, and this is what we're now doing, is just the stamps on their own without all the extras. So you can use this with your own stash, which I love seeing people do, especially with the double sliders that I released about 6 weeks ago. Lots of people have been using those with their own collections, and they look really, really nice, and it kind of inspires me on different ways to use it. So yeah, so this is the 5x7. You'll get your main big die, which we'll talk through when I start putting them together. Some of mine have fallen off. I've got another magnetic sheet, but I didn't want to flip between the two. With regards to the circles, I always say it's good when you get your die set to, let's just take this out because I was obviously preparing some samples before, or my demos beforehand. So this is your large 5x7. Now, if you like to have the die to make your gatefold, which is what this does, then you will need a large die cutting machine for the 5x7. However, if you know how to make a gatefold card, which is just a piece of 10x7, and you score at 2.5 and 7.5, then everything else will go through a small machine. So I know not everybody has the large machines, but they might still want the dies. So if you don't mind sacrificing a die, i.e. this one here, all the mats and layers and everything would work. So again, I just try to throw all these things out there because, you know, you might have another friend who's got a large machine and you could borrow theirs, or you can even give them this die. So it's entirely up to you. But anyway, so that's the large die. So you'll need to cut one of them to make your gatefold. And that's a nice, you know, perfect gatefold as well. So if you are someone that just wants to not add the mechanism inside, then you've got a nice gatefold card as well. I must admit that since I've been following you, Sam, I'm doing more 5x7s, even brought Big Shot Plus so I can do the bigger ones. There's just something about a 5x7. It's not too big, not too small. I like that it's a narrower card. I feel you can just get more on it. And I tend to do taller, I guess, kind of arrangements than I do smaller. I very rarely make small cards. Love those sweet stamps, says Jude. Hey, Simone. That's good to know. I love this, but I don't have a large die cutting machine. Yeah, so Kimberly, if you did want this, this would be the die that you would sacrifice. But if you know how to make a gatefold card, then you're fine, because all the mats and layers will fit with a normal gatefold card. So that one there is your largest one. And then with the circle dies, you'll work them out because it's easy to see, you know, kind of where they go. But I like to kind of group them all together. So I just sit these inside my gatefold. Let's get these ones off here. I didn't plan this very well. I got distracted, so it was the one thing I didn't finish prepping. But you'll have these three here. So you'll have your smallest circle, you'll have your detail, and then you'll have the next circle size. Those are the ones that you want to be using for your aperture. Okay, you can use the larger one, or if you want to do a double aperture, you can use the smaller one. These ones here are then more for doing other things. You can do the aperture with that size circle as well, but they're for your belly band. Okay, or you can have them as a topper that you stick on the front of the 5x7. Okay, so that's all of those there, and they give you a nice detail. I wanted to do something a little bit different with the borders, and when I was speaking to the lady who designs all of these and puts them into the programs for me, I send her all my measurements and stuff, but then I was saying I want to do some kind of different border because there's a lot of the same, so we went for this. You can see it just here, so it gives you this effect. So it's just a little bit different, and you can weave thread throughout this. And I haven't had the chance to do it yet, but it looks really nice with a thin ribbon, and you can weave that around there as well and then have a bow tied at the top. So it's another idea for you. You'll then have all of these dies here. So this one here with the little tab is to make your belly band. Okay, and I'm going to try doing the belly band. I'm going to do a landscape version, and we're going to stick 3 of these together. So I'm going to show you a different way to do it as well. But you just die cut 2 of those, and you would attach together by the tabs, and it will make your belly band, and I'll show you that again in a moment. And then these are, again, you'll be able to work out what goes with what because they kind of sit together. So you've got these two that sit perfectly together. Those are your mats and layers for the middle panel. I guess I should show, because some of you are probably thinking, well, Sam, I don't even know what this card makes. This is the card. So there is the belly band with the topper. So you can see all of those there. And then I've got the lovely embossing folder. I'll show you all that in a moment. And then when you open it, it will reveal your message. So this is a single wipe. I'm getting my cards mixed up now. That's a single shutter, but you can add another aperture here and have a double. So these dies here are for this middle panel. So you can see the red, and then I've got my pattern paper in the as the layer. This large white one is this one here, and you would die cut two of those. So you'd have one for the front and then one for the back if that's where you'd like to write your message. Some people might want to write their message here, so that's what's revealed when they open it up. Okay. Steve says, loving the idea of being able to thread the mat on the belly band. I have some really nice thin paracord in a variety of colours, which will look really good. Cool. That's a gorgeous card. I love it. Yeah, so this was one I was having fun with the embossing folder, and then it kind of went from there. And I'm going to do this technique today on one of the cards. So yeah, I probably should have showed that right at the very beginning. But this is the card. This is what it does. And then, like I said, there is that 6x6 version, which will be coming out later. It's on a pre-order. It's about 4 weeks. I love that mechanism. So ingenious. Oh, thank you. Have you thought of everything, Sam? I try to. They also look great as clock faces. Yes, they would. Val, that's a good idea. Didn't think about that one. Maybe that could be an addition that we do later. So there you can see, so that one goes in there, and then those two together. So you just die cut one of each of these, two of that one. I've already filmed some of my YouTube tutorials, and I've filmed tutorials for CraftStash as well. So don't worry if you're just sitting back and watching today. You can obviously watch this back if you want, but there will be much slower and a more focused pre-recorded tutorials. Then you have these ones left here. So this is your mat layer for your side pieces. So that's where I've cut these here, which are your embossed pieces or the pattern paper. You can see inside here. So 2 or 4 of them, depending on how many you want. And then this is the shutter die. Okay, so you'll need 2 of those, or 4 if you're doing a double. All right. So that is the dies. So I have cut everything for my 2 demos. I didn't want to keep bringing in the die cutting machine on the table and stuff, so I just thought we'll go through that now so you kind of already know what we're doing. So that was one style there, and you can see where I've just layered up the topper there in the center, and then these are using the sweet stamps, so I'll show you those in a moment. I've added glossy accents on the areas that I think would be shiny. I just think it makes them look quite tasty, and then that's one of the sentiments that comes in the stamp set as well. And then I've got this version here, so I've just done the embossing on just a piece of plain white, just so that people can see how it looks that way. And then I've got a different topper here with the edition set, so I'll show you that in a moment. And then this one opens up and it's got the donuts. All you need is love and donuts. Hey Debbie, I can hardly wait to get the new set. Beautiful, Sam. Thank you. I love Debbie's little emoji. It always pops up on the lives and makes me smile. Thank you, Jackie. She loves the pattern papers. I'm watching this together with my granddaughter. She is a great fan of your cards too. She is only 3 years old but loves to craft. Oh, Carmen, bless her. What's her name? I'll say hello. So yeah, so that's how it looks there, and you can see the donuts. I've just coloured them, and I've added some of the glossy accents onto there. If anybody's new and is unsure what the glossy accents are, it's the Ranger glossy accents. You can use it as an adhesive. It is actually a glue, but most people use it as a accent to highlight anything that they want to have some shine. It's good on the eyes, and it's great if you're doing any underwater cards, which is why I'm kind of addicted to it, because I like to make them as well. So many dies for your money, such good value. Fantastic collection as always, Sam. Thank you, Anita. That's that one there. So just pop that band. And then this was the one, if anybody watched me when I done the launch on Hochanda, or now the craft store, this was one that I kind of bodged up, but I've managed to save it. So here's the front. This is a cake, which is in one of the edition sets. See, I've done an ombre kind of background there with the embossing folder, and then this is a double version. It says, it's your birthday, eat the cake. And I've got a little embellishment in there. Anybody find that? Sometimes those rogue embellishments turn up in the most bizarre places. But I got it. I kind of got the sticky tape on this, what was still kind of wet, I think, and it lifted it. But I've managed to kind of blend it, and I had a little bit of white there, and I've got rid of that. So I don't think I've done too bad. I might go over it again, but I did manage to save it, because I did say during the live that I was going to throw it in the bin. The presenter was shocked. It was like, you can't say that. So anyway, so that's another version. And then I've just filmed these and I've fallen in love with this. So if you've been a follower on my YouTube channel, Mixed Up Craft, which is where you'll find me if anybody's new, I did make a pop-up donut box card. I made it maybe a year, 18 months ago, and I wanted to recreate another donut box. So this tutorial will be going up for next week, and I will link that other tutorial. But I've done this one here. It's very easy. It's a little flip lid and it's a little donut box, and I've used tissue paper and I've embossed the tissue paper with the embossing folder. I've used some heat resist acetate, and it says there, all you need is love and donuts. And this is on a 5x7 top fold card, and it's using one of the papers from one of my older pads. So I've got two here because I made one beforehand to see how it went, and then I actually filmed and made another one. But I think they're adorable. So again, if you're someone that maybe doesn't want the kinetic side, you don't want the main die set, but you like the stamps and the dies, you can still make absolutely beautiful cards. I'm in love with these. I just think they're adorable. So if you know anybody that loves a box of real donuts, you can give them a card to match as well. So yeah, so tune in. That one will be coming on my channel. So I'll just show you the editions. So I'm going to show you the 6x6 editions as well, because I did mention on my own launch on my channel that although it is designed to go with the 6x6 size, i.e. these ones here fit the width of the 6x6, you can use it on its own. It's got lovely little lollipops here which look really nice, and I'm going to show you those in a moment. But this is the 5x7 edition set, so it has the cake on it, so it's easy to kind of, you know, distinguish which is which, and it does say on the back that it coordinates with the 5x7. I can't wait for the donut tutorial to be out. My mum will love that card. All the cards are amazing. Love the bright colour as well. Unfortunately, I still haven't got my samples back from the craft store. They are being posted out today, so I won't get them till Monday. So if you do want to see the other samples, because I made some gift bags, I made some other pop-up box cards, check out my launch video that's gone up this morning on my Mixed Up Craft YouTube channel, and I've put a little kind of gallery together of all of those samples, so you can just have some more inspiration there as well. So again, if you didn't see me launch on the craft store and you want to see more samples, they're all over there, and I will be sharing photos once I get them on my own Facebook page. And I will, well, to be honest, most of them are on CraftStash under the products on the website. I think we all know someone who likes a box of donuts. Can't wait for that video. I adore the donuts. My uncle would have loved this card. Oh. So with the additions, these will coordinate with the circle apertures on the main set. So you can just kind of change the sizes of the ones that you want. The smaller ones you can make two, the larger one you can have one aperture. And then you've got bunting. These will all make different biscuits. So I'm going to be using some of them. I've already got them put to one side, but you've got different, I wouldn't say I've done them in the most traditional colours, but just to give you an idea of those famous like little iced biscuits that you can get. These are how they look, and again I've put glossy accents on them. You could get some of your maybe acrylic paint pens and you could put little sprinkles on them. You could use glitter on them. You can, you know, draw on that and then put the glossy accents over the top. So there's lots that you can do with these. So that's what you will get from this. And then the fork I will use, let me just show you if I've got it. Where did I put the, maybe it's under here. Oh no, I'll find it in a minute. I think it's down the side there. I've got it all out ready. I've got all my piles, so I don't want to disrupt them for the minute, but you've got the fork and the cake, which you can see again on that sample here. That's how it will look. So that's the cake you can build up with the candle, and then the fork. Okay. And then I'll show you those lollies when I come to them. And then the two embossing folders, which I love, they just work so well. And this is the one I'm going to be using today, because obviously we're focusing on that 5x7. But again, if you like embossing folders, the 6x6 is a nice one as well. And I just love the smaller images, and they're all compact. It just works really nicely. So we'll talk about that one in a bit more detail. And then you have your two stamp sets. So you can buy these individually, or you can buy them as a bundle. The die set has all the dies for both sets in them, so it really is worthwhile getting both, because then obviously the dies will go with all of them. And you can see here, this is your sweet additions. If I take it out, so I'm not sure how bad the glare will be. Mine are well used already because I made all my samples, but you've got here your little heart, and then you can pop your different sentiments inside them. You've got all your different sweets here, which are really easy to colour. And then some nice sentiments. You're so sweet. Have a sweet birthday. Keep calm and eat the sweets. Happy birthday and home sweet home. And you'll recognise some of those sweets that are on there. So that's the sweets edition. And then you've got your baked goods, which is, well, I say it's my favourite. I do love the little cake pop on here. You'll see on the baked goods. You look at them, they're just so cute. All you need is love and donuts. It's your birthday, eat the cake. Birthday wishes, happy cake day, celebrate with cake, and calories that don't count. And then you've got all those lovely images. So they're the donut. You know, that's the image that I used to make that card. Love the cupcakes. You've got the cake there, which is, it's a cheesecake, but you could easily change that to other cakes. You've got another little, it could be a marshmallow with icing on it, or it could be another little like cake pop. You could easily put little craft sticks on the ends of these. I've got a couple here, but if you want to make actual little cake toppers, get a little craft stick and you can just stick that excuse me, behind it and pop them on your little cupcakes. If you're doing any parties, that looks really nice. Got pink wafers, biscuits, that other well-known one there. I never remember the name of that, but it's a continental style one. It's those lovely, wasn't it called Ben or something? I remember it when I was younger with chocolate in the middle, and it's amazing. I love those. Lynn says the baked goods are her favourite. These would be great fun with Helen's new cupcake dies. Yes, they would. Your stamps are so cute and appeal to adults as well as kids. Love the calories don't count. Yeah, that was a good one. Nouveau crystal drops will look great on them too. Yeah, I've used some Nouveau drops. Actually, you just reminded me on these ones here. So if I just grab one, where was my other coloured one? Yeah, where I put them all. Hopefully I'll find them in a minute. But I've put Nouveau drops on the top there in white. You can see it probably on the chocolate one better. You can see them on there. And again, I'm going to do that later on. So that's the stamps, and then finishing off with the paper pad, which is my favourite one so far. This is 8x8. It's 180 GSM. You get 4 each of 6 designs. And again, if you want to see some of the 3D projects that I made, check out the tutorial, and you'll see those in the video, in the photos that I put up. So you get 4 each of 6 designs. You've got your jelly bean, you've got this pattern, sprinkles, lollipops, swirls, and the donuts. I'll just quickly go through them so we can start on the demos. That's the donuts. Again, I have used this. So there's the swirls, there's your lollipops, there's that print, and then where's the sprinkles? So I've pulled that one out already. Let's just flip down. There we go. Love the sprinkles. Okay, so that's your paper pad. So let's start crafting. So first of all, I'm going to show you, I've got this one here. So I want to do this as a landscape version. So I've got so many all the other way, but I haven't done a landscape version yet. So we're going to do that today. Okay, Rogers, papers are fantastic. Thank you. I'm waiting for so much crafty stuff. It will be like Christmas when it arrives. Okay, so I've gone ahead, like I said, I've cut everything because I don't want to be bringing in the dye machine all the time. Ah, here it is. It was hidden underneath. So there's the one where I popped all different Nouveau drops. So I've got them here. So I just use these colours, and you can see just some tiny little lines of the Nouveau drops and then glossy accents on the eyes. So it's just a little bit of fun. It's nice to add a little bit of texture, and just brings them to life a little bit more. And all these I've coloured. So you can see I've put glossy accents on the top there. Got blue sprinkles. We've got these ones here. These can be macaroons or they can be s'mores. Be anything you want, depending on how you colour them. And then I've got a couple of the little cupcakes there as well, which I plan to use on this one. I've already cut my frame. We'll talk through all that. There's another biscuit there, so I might use that one. And then we've got all the papers. So I want to do some embossing with the front ones. So here is the main piece cut. It just looks like a big rectangle, but there are score lines here. So we're just going to fold and burnish our score lines. Thank you, Kirsty. So fold that one over. There's my score line. There we go. I think we're feeling that way now. Hi everyone, glad I'm on my lunch break. All that food is making me hungry. I'm hungry because it's right on top of when I would have my lunch, because usually I do my lives at 2. So CraftStash on a Friday is obviously at 12:30. So yeah, it's right when I would usually have my lunch. So I'm going to enjoy some soup at the end of this. Amazing attention to detail as per Sam. Oh, thank you, Mary. What have you used to colour? I've used my Arteza coloured pencils, and I used my alcohol markers, a mix of the Spectrum Noir Classique and the Arteza ones on some of the other images as well. So many cute goodies, I keep forgetting to comment. That's right, Debbie, just enjoy. Love the new collection. Thank you, Lorraine. So just fold them over like so. Now you always want to make sure you stick everything down in the middle first, because you stick your shutters on top. So I've cut my sprinkle paper, that's going to go there, and then I've got white to go here, because you will end up stamping onto this. So we'll get all this stuck down, because then while it's drying I can use the embossing folder and get that inked up. Linda can't wait for her order to arrive. Cute biscuits, says Delcy. Okay, so I'm just going to use, again, I'm using my Kalau glue for all the main mats and layers, because it just, as I always say, strengthens the card. And then I'll just use my Cosmic Shimmer glue for any smaller embellishments. Gem, I'm surprised there isn't a Tunnix. It's a hard one to really kind of make, unless you, well, you know, you don't put branding on things and stuff because we can't, but it's, yeah, it's a hard one to really, for people to really know what it would be. So we didn't do that one. Brian, I live in the USA and I'm so excited for my CraftStash order to come in. Oh, I'm really pleased. Inconveniently, I have to go to work. I will catch up at the end later. Take care, Lisa. Thanks for joining. So again, let's stick this down. So I hope everybody is well. Thank you to everybody watching. Thank you for those watching in the background as well, because as always I know lots of people do have to work, but they put their headphones in. Sally, oh well, I'm in love with your new dies and videos. Totally hooked and love using your things. Just wish they didn't go out of stock so quickly. I know, I'm sorry. What can I say? You never really know how things are going to go. So, but as the brand grows, you know, we will be able to kind of anticipate things for the future. There's lots of fun things coming. And yeah, we're looking at more of a core kind of collection. So there'll be things that are kind of, you know, constantly in stock. So yeah, it's all good stuff. Sam, what have you done to me? The 5x7 complete set fell into my basket. I'm sorry, but you will love it. You will really, really like it. And like I said, when I get my tutorials up, you're going to have lots of inspiration, and I'll be using these stamps and stuff a lot. As if it doesn't all sell out, so hopefully I'll get a chance to play with it all as well. Michael's watching in the middle of his fire shift. I like the dedication. Hope you don't get caught. Just placed my order before things start selling out. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. Need to order more, says Deborah. Okay, so you've got all that stuck down. So what we'll do now is we will emboss these two pieces. Actually, I'll get that stuck as well. So this is your middle panel. It's going to go in there. So get that stuck on top of that as well, because you're going to cut your aperture into this. And the dies cut really nicely through the two weights. Actually, I think on the TV demo, I cut through 300 and the 180 paper from the pad. And I've had no issues at all cutting through the two. And that's just using my big shot. So yeah, we shouldn't have any issues there, but we'll get that stuck down so that's all can dry now. So with these two here, cut them as you need with the die, and then I'm going to use the 5x7, take that one off, and we're going to run these through. But before we do so, now it was the Chinese red, which was the Spectrum Noir red that I used for this one here. Now for this one, the closest colour I can get for the bluey colour that I've got there is the Mermaid Lagoon, and this is the Distressed Oxide. So actually we'll take them off for a minute. Let's just move this to one side, and I'm going to grab one of my sponges, and I'm going to just rub this over here first of all. So you want to rub it on the side, the top where you've got the writing in the turquoise colour, and then you'll see when you've got it in person there's lots of kind of streaks. To get rid of them, just kind of dab over it, a bit like if you're doing your foundation, and you'll get rid of those streaks and it will leave the colour on there, but it just means you get a really nice transfer. Now by doing it on this side, it means that the colour, you might get the odd bit that falls into the writing, but it shouldn't really go into the actual gaps. So I just hold that up so I can see now I've got a really nice coverage. Then I can lay down these two in here, Okay, and then close that down. And then I'm going to grab, see I've got to do one thing with my embossing folder. Let me grab my other plates. So I'm going to just set this for my embossing folder. Let's get rid of that one. And then page freezer. Let me try and do this with one hand. There we go. And then let's grab these plates and then run that through. Okay. So I don't know if this is going to be as intense as the red, because it's the first time I'm doing it here with you now, but it's still a lovely effect. So now when we take it away, oh yeah, brilliant. You'll see it's resisted, so you get all the lovely wording in white, but you get a nice blue background. It's just a really fun effect. And then obviously you do want to make sure you give that a clean, because I have forgotten before and I've put them straight back into my my stash, and then I've gone to use it on another project, and then you can imagine what happens. So I'm just going to spray that, because I'm going to use it again I think on the other card, so I just want to make sure I get that all cleaned off now whilst I remember. And then put the back there. Make sure that's all off. I mean, I would give it a proper rinse under the tap, but I think I've got everything off there. There we go. So that's good for next time. Okay, so now we've got these pieces, and they're going to go on the front. Did you use a sponge on the writings? A sponge? I just used one of these little, these ones were from Tonic, but I know that CraftStash have these in the essentials section on their website, and they're little foam buds, they call them. So I'll just use those. So now I'm going to stick these on the front. Okay. Yeah, so it's just, I think it's a nice way to really lift your embossing folders, and it works with any embossing folder. You get some lovely effects. I've also done them with Versamark, and then sprinkled embossing powder on it. So again, that's gorgeous, that is, because then you get all the shine. Some embossing folders will have a different orientation, so you might have ones where the detail is lifted and not offset, or set back, should I say. So just play around with them, you'd be surprised, you get some lovely effects. So again, stick this one down. Lorraine says, I will have to try that idea, always forget about my embossing folders. I know, I think we all do, because I know I do, but since I've been, obviously with my collection, I've been bringing more embossing folders out, I've actually been using them a lot more, and it just means I've been getting a bit more creative with them. And there's so many great tutorials with tips and tricks on how to use, you know, your embossing folders, but I think that looks really cool. Once we've got the topper on there with the sweet images and stuff, it looked really cool. Okay, so now I'm going to use the edition set, this one here, for the aperture. So you'll see I've already cut this here, which is going to be framed on there. Now I do mention as well, when I've done my other launches, keep your negative pieces that fall out, 'cause you can paper piece different colours back into them. So I've got a lot of negative pieces, so I'm going to find a colour. I think I've got loads of the blue there, I'm going to use them. So in here, I've already put the circle. So when you get them, they're being a little baggy, but they'll obviously be loose. And I like to just go in and kind of group them together. That one should be like that. I mean, you can change them, but you can see there's smaller ones. So if you want to have two, you can do two that way. You can do two of the large ones as well. They fit in there, which is what I've done on the other cards. But I used the two together, ran it through white cardstock to get the frame. Now I just want to use the circle to cut the aperture. Now with this one, I know I've done the front as a vertical kind of layout. This is going to be a landscape card, so they're going to open it and it's going to be this way. I'm just playing around with different designs. So I want to have this in the middle. So I'm going to grab my circle and grab some tape. And just make sure you get this as centered as possible if this is where you're having it. Like you might want it at the bottom, you know, if you're having it this way up, you might want it at the bottom and then decorate on the top, or have it up there and then decorate at the bottom. But I'm just trying something different just so you've got more options. And yeah, let's just test it, see how it looks. So we're going to pop that one there. Make sure your tape is in the middle bit because you're not going to necessarily need that. And then you're going to run this through your machine. So let's take that one out, this one back in. It's so nice to watch and see the comments as well. Makes me realise I'm not as bad as I thought I was. We're always learning. I still learn stuff every day. And I think that's the good thing about this industry. There's always new stuff going on, or like updated ways of doing something. It's what keeps it fun, I think. Okay, so just take that off there. There we go. And now the frame will fit perfectly over there. And then I'm going to paper piece with the same turquoise blue there in those sections, so it's really going to make that frame pop. Next, you can stick the frame on now if you want, but you want to lay this back in here and you want to make sure you've got an equal amount top and bottom. So I'm just using my white as a guide just to make sure I've got that nice and centered. And then I'm just going to just lightly with a pencil just kind of mark 4 sides there. And now this is your area to stamp your sentiment. So I'm going to bring in my stamping platform, and I know, thank you so much to everybody watching, it's really kind of you. So let's just pop that one there and that one there. So let's choose a sentiment. So I'm using the baked goods for this one, so let's go for It's Your Birthday, Eat the Cake. I always say it's good to condition and kind of prime your stamps. These are photopolymer, so they will have a sticky feel to them, but that's a sign of a good quality stamp. And you basically just rinse them under cold or lukewarm water to bring the stickiness back, because sometimes they will attract dust and stuff if you don't, I'm a bit lazy with mine, to be honest. I just wipe them with a cloth and then put them back in here, and then maybe every now and then I'll give them a good clean. But you want that back to be nice and sticky so it will stick really well to your stamping platforms or your acrylic blocks. So then I'm just going to, and I always clean mine with a microfiber cloth. With photopolymer you don't want to be using anything that's got lint on it because it would just stick to it. So I'm just going to lay that down there, I think that's about right. And then pick that one up, grab my, use the VersaFine. Hey Christy. Lisa, it's my birthday next Sunday and I'm going to eat lots of cake. That's a given, you have to, most definitely. Well, happy birthday for next week. Hi Corinne. I love photopolymer stamps, I'm so glad you use these in your collections. There we go. Oh no, look what's happened. I must have moved that ever so slightly. Oh no, right, we're going to save this because that's going to be honest, you looking at it, it's offset it slightly, it looks blurred. I need those funny glasses, you know, when the glasses go on there. What I might do is I'm going to leave it for the live, but I'm going to feed in, it's actually quite easy to do, you can feed in cardstock underneath it. So can you probably make it out? I'm just looking at my monitor now. You probably can't really see it, maybe if you've got me on the big screen, but there you go. Even with the stamping platform I made an error. You need to make sure when it lifts each time, push it back into the corner. But anyway, we'll go with it. Like I said, I can still fix that and I'll share the photos later on. So now this will go over there like so. So I'm going to grab a rubber, just make sure you rub out any of the pencil marks. Yeah, you just slide a new piece underneath. If you cut it the same, cut this piece here, but trim it down slightly because we're going to stick this down with foam, and then you can just slide it in even under the shutters. So yeah, don't worry, you can still fix them and no one would ever know. So let's now stick down our frame here. Karen says it looks okay. Yeah, it's just like, it's almost like, I imagine, because I don't wear glasses, how writing looks if you don't wear your glasses. A little bit blurred. It looks like fancy writing. So I've just popped a little bit of glue, make sure I'm in shot there, just on the inside. Now you could turn this into a shaker as well. So you might want to, you know, not have the shutter bits in it and have shaker cards. You could put acetate behind this now and still have it as a shutter card. It's, you know, there's lots of ways. I know many of you are going to get very creative with these. Rachel, Sam, I need it all again. Looks okay to me too. Maybe stamp on another card. So yeah. Okay, let's just get rid of my sticky mark there. So next I'm going to grab my foam tape. I picked up these foam strips. You can make your own foam strips, which I have shared before. I picked these ones up off of Amazon and I use them on my double sliders when I launch those. But I'm just going to grab a couple of strips. But if you've got any greaseproof paper or wax paper and you've got foam tape, you can stick it onto there and then you can just cut it with your scissors and it won't gunk them up. But these strips have just been so handy for me when doing my lives because it's just so quick and convenient. You just want to pop a strip either side. Now you could come in a little bit further with your foam, but you've got to remember your shutter pieces need to be able to move. But if you want to just support it a bit more, you could add some more foam there if you need to. I need to ask my hubby to get a second job. Jill brought some of the foam strips. They're great. Yeah, they're really handy. You get so many as well. Good grief, so many callers today. Can't they understand Sam is on? How dare they? So now, I think I've done it that way. Yeah, so you just want to line it back up with your sentiment and making sure that it's within your card. I'm going to come down a little bit, like so. There we go. There we go. And then I've got my shutters here. So you want to cut two of these and then I'm just going to fold and burnish the tabs. Lots of birthdays in April, it seems. Mine is the 12th and I have 2 kids in the same month. Happy birthday to all of you April birthdays out there. Okay, I'm then going to grab some double-sided tape and let's use a thicker one actually. Yeah, I've got 3 different sizes here. Let's go for this one. So I'm just going to open them up and add some tape in these. Okay, and then take your backing. Well, actually, I'm going to keep the backing on for a minute just so I can talk through this. So with the shutter, you want to pop one over the other. So you've got one bit underneath, one over the top. Doesn't matter which side, but it just means you get a smoother closure and they don't catch. You then want to slide it in here. And this is what I mean, you can still slide your white piece if you did need to correct anything. You can still slide that underneath the shutters because they only stick onto this bit. There's actually nothing else stuck underneath this. With the shutter, you want the join to be right in the middle and it will, the lines, the folds of this tab will line up perfectly with this strip and they will just start to close, and that's what you want. And that way you won't get any buckling with your closure. Okay, if you push down with your hand, you can then release your backing paper and fold over one side. Okay, and then again this side here. Oop, doesn't want to come off, there we go. And fold that one over. Never done a shutter card before, interesting. Hey Karen. So now when we open it, it would be that way. You reveal your message. And I'm just going to burnish that again. You'll see there you get a really nice smooth movement when the card opens and closes. Isn't that cool? I love this. Love it, love it. Right, now because I've done this as a landscape, I just wanted to try a longer belly band. So before we decorate, because I've got all my bunting here. What time are we on? Oh gosh, we're so far in already. Sorry, Maria. I might run over a little bit today. Hopefully she won't mind, because I'd like to get the other card in as well. So I've cut 3, because what you would normally do is just need 2. So you just pop your glue on one of your tabs, and then, actually it's that way, isn't it? Pop this on here. Ignore that, I just stuck that down the wrong way. Okay, and then you'll just attach that end, and that is your normal belly band. okay, like so, and you put your topper on it. I just prefer the joins being on the sides, but with this one, what I'm going to do is have it like this, and the topper will cover the join there, like this. Now, obviously, I've done that. The writing on there's maybe not the right way up, but you get the idea. So what I'm going to do with this one, I just want to give people lots of ideas and just different ways to do things. I'm just going to wrap them around like so, and then add your glue again on that tab. Attach this one like so, and then yeah, we can just literally, let's just, there we go, pop that over like so. I might just snip that. So you do have to kind of, I guess, doctor this a bit because we're kind of stretching it further than we would normally, but I'm just going to cut a little bit off of there. But it just gives you an idea then of other ways to use it. Pop some glue on there and then just line that up like so. I'm going to slide that off before any glue may come out. Like so. So I'm just give that a dry. Give it a dry. It's not like I'm hanging it out. There we go. And then just burnish the ends, and that means it'll slide on and off much better. But now we can add our topper through the middle there. I love how you always come up with the perfect die so we can make the mechanism style cards with the ease. Thank you, Karen. I love all the different ways to do things. Yeah, I just always try and get the most. I'm still thinking of some other ways to use the shutters as well, because I know there's more ways to do them, so you should see some more. I can also see, anybody got any Pokemon fans? This just screams Pokemon. But yes, we just stretched the belly band, but it means now that the person, obviously the writing's different on here, but when you give it to the person, they're going to know to open it because of the way that we've positioned the belly band. So, and obviously you'll have it the right way up when it's all together. But I really like it. I think that works really, really well. So now I just want to decorate it, so you can grab your pieces here. And then these are all the negative bits that I was saying about. I'm not going to stick every single one on because I want to get the other demo in. And I'm conscious because I was doing so much yabbing at the beginning. But all you do is just pop a little bit, tiny bit of glue just in the middle. And then I'm going to grab my, where's my little pickup? Okay, that's not there. I'll just use these. So just pick up these pieces here, and they just perfectly sit in there, and it just means it will make that frame pop even more. But I will finish this card completely, and then I'll send the pictures to Maria, and she'll pop it up onto the Facebook page, so you'll be able to see it. But again, it's very easy to do, so don't get rid of anything. Even if you don't want to do them on that card, just keep them in a little bag, and then you just got them ready to go. Because I've just got loads of these from all the samples I've made, because some of them I haven't filled in, but others I have. But it's also nice, you could do it in rainbow colour. You know, it just helps tie everything together. I might as well finish it. See, this is what happens. This is why I always take so long. Although I was watching Pauline do a Facebook Live, and she done a really long live, and she does what I do. She starts talking about something else, and before you know it, she started doing it. So yeah, just carry on with what you're doing, Maria. We've got the fort here. But can you see what a difference that makes? It really does make that topper pop. Okay, there we go. Right, there. And then let's add, I'm going to pop these on a little bit of foam. So these two here, Sharon, we could watch you all day. I really enjoyed Pauline's live. She was good, wasn't she? She, again, another talented crafter. So I think I'm going to have two. Let's do, yeah, let's do something like that. I'm just going to load this up. Just go in with it for the minute. Thanks, Simone. Thank you, Sharon. It really makes it stand out, yeah. And then we'll do this one, just kind of overlapping a bit. And then let's do maybe those two on this side. And then we'll keep that one on the topper. There we go. That's got them all at home now. Thank you, Kirsty. Great finished look. Thank you. We aren't going anywhere. We're used to Sam's lives. I think the longest nearly crept to 3 hours, but I'm usually about 2 hours 15, I think. I just enjoy it. And then we do, let's stick that one down first because that's going to go over the top. So just, I mean, I think you can see, there's just so much you can do with these dies and different ways of putting things together. But let's stick them there. And then, you know, you can pop the little biscuit in there if you wanted. We'll leave that for now. Right, let's finish the topper. So it says, it's your birthday, eat the cake. So let's just finish with Happy Cake Day on the topper. So, pop that on there. Those cakes are so cute. I love them when they go over. Sorry, Maria. I'm sure she's got her headphones in doing other work. She knows what I'm like. So let's have that at the top. I mean, you can emboss that little circle as well. It'd actually look quite nice embossed. You can always emboss it after you've stamped on it, but we won't for the minute. We'll just leave it. Wishing it was my birthday. I need cake right now. The cakes all look so cute and scrumptious. Okay, and then let's pop some foam on here. So much fun, can't wait to get started. They're too cute. Yeah, I must admit, it is fun making the samples and putting it all together. I always enjoy it. I've got my next lot already. So I'll be starting on that next. And then let's pop this one on here. Will it stand on its side? You'd have to lean this one because of obviously the way that we've made it. But you could make a stand on the back if you wanted to. But this one you would just have to lean it. But obviously they were designed to be portrait and they stand perfectly, but I just want to show you that you can turn it into a landscape if you want to. And then here is the bunting. So I was just going to stick, I want to do two, so I'm going to just cut, I'm going to cut 2 pieces off the ends of each one, so then they're all the same length. Yes, there's going to be 5 pieces, and that will fit then along each side from the middle. Something like, let's bring it down a bit. Yeah, I'm going to do it within the pink section. There we go. Gnomes. No, it's not because I don't like gnomes. It's just, I don't know. I am actually designing the next, well, I say the next ones. We've already got about 4 in the bank already. But I think the next one I design, I might see if it could hold gnomes. Because I don't think I think gnomes by the sounds of it are always going to be in fashion. And by then maybe, you know, it'd be, you know, everybody would be wanting a new fresh kind of set of gnomes. So let's just pop that one just off there. I might pop something in the middle, but you can see where I'm going with this. Again, it's always a bit different when you're doing the lives because you have got to be quicker. Gnomes are creepy, says Joan. Well, maybe I can make sure they're cute. I must admit, my granddad's gnomes, when he used to have them in the garden, were always a little bit questionable. But, yeah. And again, with the bunting, paper piece it. So with these ones, I'm going to add yellow into the middles of them. So again, you'll see that. I'm not going to do that now because I do want to start the next card. But you can see I've got one yellow triangle just to show you. I'm just going to pop one in just so you can see. Let's do it up here. A little bit of glue, and then you've got your little piece there. Just pop it in. Once they're all done, that will really pop. But there you go. So that is how to put the 5x7 together with a few extra changes along the way. But I just want to show you. No, not gnomes. No gnomes. How long does the discount code last? My item disappeared from my basket and now I can't find it. Will it come back in stock soon? I can't see what's going on. Is stuff sold out already, Carol? Surely not. Not tried popping it back in the basket or typing it in the search bar? I'm sure Maria can help you there. And then that will just slide on. And just get that bit down there. I wonder if I got some glue. I think I've got a bit of glue inside there. No, there we go. No, we're okay. Once it's in place. And this holds it together. This, for me, belly bands, especially if I'm giving cards in person, they're kind of like the envelope. She says, trying to get this on. I think I was a bit ambitious doing this one to start. Oh no, it's because I caught it on that bit. There we go. It's fine. It does work. Look, it's like a little parcel. I think it looks lovely. So there you go. So that was maybe the advanced version. But I will finish that in more detail. And like I said, I'll share the pictures on Facebook. Thank you, everybody. Remember, sometimes you have to walk away. I know, Karen. Okay, next card. I have it already here. So it's another 5x7. And this one is going to be just a different, this is going to be more basic. So we won't be going on too much longer. So again, cut your main card. Fold it in half. Can you believe I did think, oh, I might do 3 if I've got time. And I was going to just do a rogue one, like get you guys to kind of participate with what I should do. That's really wishful thinking. Okay, again, you want to stick down all of your layers. So inside here, I've got my white. I've actually cut 2 whites. I've got one to go on the back for my message, and these ones here. So we'll get that stuck down. I don't actually have anything with gnomes on it to do, but I did, however, order one of the magazines. That is on its way to me. Yeah, that's the creative stamping one. It was, I think it's that, and also it was around Christmas time, and it was the, oh gosh, who was the brand again? Paper Boutique. They had their Christmas gnomes and everyone went mad for it. So it was just everywhere. Thank you, Maria. So again, just stick all these down. My stomach's rumbling. I do apologise if anybody hears that. Because I think my microphone's pretty good, because sometimes the noises that people say, was that your stomach, Sam? And I'm like, oh my gosh, did you actually hear that? Hey, Teresa. Well, this is because I'm on CraftStash page, so they always go live on a Friday at 12:30. So I think you're used to my 2 o'clock. I cannot say it enough. The paper pad is so pretty. Thank you, Joan. I've just fallen in love with this paper pad. It's just so easy to use. I love gnomes. I have a lot of them. Ah. First card demo now on the second. Yeah, the first card demo did take a while, but I love it. I think it's turned out really well. And I can easily just change the orientation of those front panels that I embossed. And you could use, yeah, I'm just trying to work out, mind you, because it's wording, it does kind of work. I don't know. I think it'll be fine. I don't have any, I've read that one already. Can't wait to get mine in Australia. Oh, Rennie, I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so that's that stuck down. And then again, we've got our middle panel. So I've got my white piece on this one, because I'm just going to decorate the inside of this with some of the baked goods. Because we used, no, sorry, the sweets. We used the baked goods on the first one. I'm using the sweets on this one. So again, stick it down, because you'll be die cutting your aperture out of this one. Oh, Renee's just ordered the 5x7. They have to be cute gnomes, not scary gnomes. No, I won't make scary ones. Instead of gnomes, do norms, no eyes, just nose. They are cuter. Oh, I know the ones you mean. Yeah, they are very sweet. Let's just stick this on the back. Again, this just adds all that strength to the card. You're such an amazing and gifted crafter. Oh, thank you, Brian. Thank you for sharing your talents with us. Oh, thank you for supporting me and watching. It means a lot. What glue do you recommend for sticking? If it's a large surface area, I always use Calcott, because it's solvent based, so it doesn't warp your cardstock, and it just gives it a lot of strength. If it's small areas or tabs, you're making gift boxes and bags, then it hasn't got the label on, but this is the Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue, and it's very good. So again, what I'm using with this one, so I'm not using the additions, I'm just going to use everything from this set. So those of you that are just buying this, then you know this is the card I'm making. So I'm taking those 3 there. I've already done the frame, so I just want the smallest circle, which is what I'm going to cut into here. To get this frame, I just popped all 3 of them together. Just get a nice equal spacing, pop a bit of washi tape to hold it in place, and then just run that through your die machine, and it will give you that frame, which is going to go around there. But when you cut the main aperture, you always just want the smallest one. Try not to get your circles mixed up. Those ones there for me are from the edition set, so I need to keep them separate. I mean, once you've got them together, you can play around. There's just so many different kind of ways to do it. So I don't need to line that up yet. I just need to get this in place. So let's grab my tape. Jeanette can't hear as I'm out walking with a friend. Oh, Sam is so inspiring. Thank you. Sharon has just ordered the 5x7 collection. Eek! I always love your cards. You help us to be better with our crafting. Well, I'm just one of those people. I think everybody can do this. You know, it might take some of us a little bit longer to do a certain element, but we all get better. And I've had so many people message saying how their crafting's increased. You know, it's yeah, I guess it has. It's got better, and they feel more confident trying, you know, other card styles, and it's just really nice. It's such a friendly community, and yeah, I just like sharing everything. And like I said, I'm always learning stuff, and if I find out something and I think, oh, that's really good, then I like to share it. Thank you, Marie. I can't decide what to buy. I love it all, but I know I can't buy it all, unfortunately. Honestly, Donna, if that's the case, I would buy, depends if, well, whether you like fussy cutting or not. If you don't mind fussy cutting, get one of the stamp sets and just the main die set, or just the main die set and use it with what you already have in your stash, and then maybe build on it, you know, next month. Or just one embossing folder with the set or something, you know. But now you see we've got that all cut out again, so you're going to lay it down here, and then you're going to draw around. Well, you can draw right the way around, but I don't think you need to. You just need to mark the 4 kind of sides there. So this one we're going to use the sweets. So inside here, because I'm not doing a belly band, I think I'm just going to have a sweet birthday. And you can stamp images in there. You can, like I said, you might want to write your message. There's lots of, you know, different ways. Beacons, oh yeah, beacon 3-in-1. Yeah, if you can't get a hold of Calcott, beacon 3-in-1's very good. And it's another solvent-based glue, because I think that's more easier in Australia and the States, I believe, and maybe even Canada. Tricia, how is your arm been? My arm's still sore, actually. Still every morning, still very sore, but it eases through the day. So I do think it's got better. I think, are you asking about my arm? Because I did have tennis elbow. It's because I sore arm there. I don't know if it's at me or if someone else has said that they've got a bad arm. Apologies if it's not aimed at me. Yes, yeah. I think the presenter mentioned about a photo on the, you know, when I was on the craft store. Definitely, I think that looked wonderful. So I can't decide. Right, make sure that's pushed right in. One of my very favourite things I watched Sam make of hers was the Christmas Advent calendar she made for her mum and dad. She made 2 different. Oh yeah, they love that. Oh yes, Sam, you're on. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, no, it like now it feels okay. I can't lift it right up like over my head. Like if someone asked me to go and play netball, I would be in pain. But it's just it's first thing in the morning. It's still really bad. But I've got to do the exercises and wear the strap. That's really all there is for it, or I can get the injection. But I don't think it's got that bad now. I think at the beginning I was worried, but I think I did rest it a bit, so I think I did help it. Anyway, enough about my arm. But thank you for asking. Yeah, repetitive stress. It doesn't help that I'm always using like my die machine and stuff. So again, you want to grab your foam strips and run those along the top. And then with this one, with the shutters, I've actually done them in the pattern paper because I wanted to see how that looked. It's almost like they will blend in with the side pieces. So I've just cut them. You see them just off camera here. cut them in the paper, and then I've also cut them in the matching cardstock and just stuck them together. I've done that earlier, and I think it's going to look really nice. Just give it a different effect. So again, you've got to remember when your shutters are going in and out, you can see the space that they need. So you could put foam all around here if you wanted to. All right, so if you do think that you just want it, maybe you're worried it might dip, maybe you're posting it long distance, then you can do that. But again, I'm going to stick that one down. You're best sticking the bottom, because if you are off at all, the top you can always snip away. Well, I guess you can snip the bottom as well, but I think it's easier to do the top. There we go. And then again with my frame, I must put tabs on my stamp platform magnets. It looks helpful. Yeah, it does. It makes a big difference. And it kind of stops them, or limits the risk of them breaking, because if they kind of sometimes snap together, the magnets can snap in half. So it does help. So again, just lay that down like so. And then I did go over and rescore these because there was 2 layers. So just, yeah, it is going to make it a little bit thicker. You probably could use the pattern paper. It is 180, it probably would work, but I thought, let's try it. But I think that's going to look really cool with it matching the sides. So again, just grab your tape and cover the bottoms there. So yeah, anybody that's watching, remember you can get 10% off. Use code MTS10 at checkout. And the deal of the day over on CraftStash is buy 4 of their, what is it, they called it, tape and foam pads. You buy 4 and you get the 5th free. So, and some of those you could work with this set. Sam, when I pre-ordered the 6x6, I wanted to order another paper pad and forgot, not happy. Well, with the pre-order of the 6x6, I did mention this in, it was in my post. You want to make sure that whatever you order, don't order it with the 6x6, because the 6x6 is a pre-order. Whatever you add in that basket with the 6x6, it won't release that order until the 6x6 comes in stock. So say you've ordered some Nuvo drops, some glue and the 6x6, you won't get any of it until the 6x6 comes in. So actually, if you've got anything pre-order, keep it as a separate thing, because I done it once with the Craft Consortium Circus collection, and I done it with an order of lots of other bits, and I didn't get any of it until that came in, and it was about a month that I had to wait. I've just realised I've taken the backing off, but you can still slide it under. So yeah, it's as frustrating as it is, but if you're spending over the amount for free postage anyway, it won't matter. But yeah, you want to keep that on a separate order. If you're not worried about receiving all the stuff straight away, then it doesn't matter. So again, just line it up. Make sure your lines here line up with the side. Yeah, and it's the same for anything. It's just handy to I learned not the hard way. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but see, you want the stuff straight away. Oh yes, I saw that in an email. I need more tape. So now, oh yeah, it does work. Just give that a good burnish. Like so. I kind of like that. I like that it blends in. I think that looks really nice. And then we can decorate. So I've got my all my sweets here. So we've got lollies, we've got strawberries. Let's have some love hearts. Let's use this one here. We've got, let's do the red kind of candy. We've got flumps. Well, I don't know if that's a trade name, flumps. They're just those marshmallow pieces. That's the baked, is that in the baked goods? Oh no, actually I used that one on the front, so we'll bring that, we can have that one in here as well. I mixed them up without realising. Just create nice little like little clusters. This is what I love, cutting everything first. So let's get the green hard boiled sweet there, and I also had the candy canes. Let's get a what colour? Oh, we've got the gummy bears as well. Let's do an orange. Just get loads in it. Come on, it's the last card. Let's do. I want another candy. Oh, there we go. Let's use the yellow. Right. So let's pop this all on some foam. If we pop, maybe, let's have that one. This is when I take ages just doing things like this. Let's get all the taller bits in the back. Something like that. Yummy. So much candy, I know, this is loads of it. Let's do just roughly kind of get it where I want it. Pop him down there. We're going to pop it up on some foam. You can stamp these and do your masking as well, but for the speed when I do demos it's easy to have them all cut separately. But if you've got time and you love doing your masking, then I would, you know, build that up so it's flat if you don't want any dimension in the card. So let's just grab again some of my foam pads. Oh yeah, we haven't gone over too much. Coming to the end, and then I need to check my messages. So Maria, well, I know she'll hear me. I'm just going to click on so I can announce the 3 winners today. Let's just see. Yeah, I've got a message from Maria. Perfect. Thanks, Maria. I'll read out those winners in a moment. Okay. Gummy bear is cute. Is there dies for each of the smaller pieces? Yep, so we got dies. They're all in the here. This one here. So there's 27 dies in there. You can see all of them on there. You've even got the die to cut the centre of the donut. Yeah, because I know many people have an actual pure hatred for fussy cutting. Just ordered this, says Delcy. Oh, I hope you enjoy it, Delcy. So I like to put things on foam because it just gives them a natural shadow. It just gives you that extra dimension. Another beautiful card. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you, Natalie. This is my favourite by far, says Sandra. Thank you. And then let's pop. I'm definitely ready for my lunch. Excuse me if you can hear my stomach. And then we'll pop that one just there. It's a good job Lent is over. Karen hates fussy cutting, yeah, she does. So many people, when I say I'm going to fussy cut when I'm doing a live, they're like, angry faces pop up. I'm with you, Julie. I'm the weirdo too. I adore fussy cutting. I really, really like it. Especially if there's a good movie. Yeah, I love it. And then anything that's just kind of then going to be stuck on top, just pop a bit of glue and it will just elevate, it'll be lifted itself. So I'm going to pop a little bit of... let's just see where I want that way. I'll do that one kind of hanging off there. Okay, I have stuck loads more in here than maybe I would. Maybe we'll do the gummy bear actually. Because you could pop things up here if you wanted to. No, we'll leave it as that. There you go, I didn't put those ones in. There we go. Susan says she's getting better at fussy cutting. I improved my fussy cutting by Slay. I always say I've got a really good, even if I do say so myself, but I have got a good YouTube video with really good tips on it, and lots of people have said that that really helped them. But always give yourself a white border. Always give yourself a white border. Don't try cutting right up to the black line. You'll get a much nicer finish. You have converted me, Sam. I have even started to enjoy fussy cutting now. Steve, you're the last person I thought would say that. Oh, Benita likes it too, but you're not good at it. But you're getting better. You will. You're just one day you'll be like, oh my gosh, I've got it. Any extra you suggest to add to my order, like your go-to items that you don't want to run out of? The glue for me and this Glossy Accents. I always make sure I've got an extra bottle ready on the go. I just am obsessed with this stuff. And I would add that then onto here, but obviously I want to keep it. I'm just going to cut some pattern paper for the front just to cover that up, but you'll see there when you open it. Isn't that cute? So I got them done. Tammy hates fussy cutting. Deborah, I can't hear you, Sam. Oh, nothing's changed. Hopefully it's just a little blip. Mavis, beautiful card, Sam. Congratulations on your new collection. Thank you so much. Let's bring this one back in and take the belly band off. So you can see you can have it as a landscape. I am gonna correct that writing because it just makes me eyes go funny. And I'm gonna fill the centres of those and just decorate the front. But I'll get close up nice photos of these, and these will go up onto the website as well. I might enjoy it now. I have new scissors, and that's another thing. That's another big top tip for fussy cutting, is do make sure your scissors are nice and sharp and they're snips, so that they will cut a nice sharp point right to the very end of your image. So there you have it. Thank you so much everybody for joining me today. I've really enjoyed it. I'm going to now announce the 3 winners, and you will be contacted by Marie, and you will win a bundle from my new collection. So the first winner, and make sure I say your surname correctly, it's Jacqueline Weatheritt. Weatheritt. Congratulations. Then we have Stephanie King. Congratulations. And then we have Sharon Slatter was Carr. So I'll just say those again. So we've got Jacqueline Weatheritt, Stephanie King, and Sharon Slatter was Carr. Congratulations to you 3. You have won some lovely prizes from the new collection, which I hope you will enjoy. And yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed today's live. Thank you so much for those of you who've been watching. It's been really good. You will see these tutorials on my page and on the CraftStash YouTube channel, along with the donut card and lots of future tutorials. I'll be sharing these on lives and things like that, so you'll see them popping up. But yeah, thank you for supporting as always. Thank you for watching. And I'm just seeing if any of the winners' names or if any of the winners are actually popping up themselves, and then I'll end the live. Everyone's saying congratulations. It feels like I'm doing one of my own lives. It's funny actually. But you will be contacted, so even if they pick this up later, or if they're maybe not here right this minute, I know they'll be contacted. So give it a minute or so because it is delayed. Oh, there's Stephanie. I've never had left-handed scissors. I really struggle with fussy. I think it's, well, you know, Tim Holtz does lefty scissors, whether you know that or not. There, does left-handed scissors. Hey Duska, I'm not sure if I said hello before. Thank you, Sandra. You're welcome, Avril. I am here, by the way. It looks like the screen's gone, like frozen, but I am here. Thank you, Simone. Thank you, Kay. I found the item, Sam, back in my basket. Phew. Brian, see you later on your next yeah, I'll be back to my normal lives on Monday, guys, so you can catch me there. And anybody new, if you head over to Mixed Up Craft, doing a shameless plug now, but Mixed Up Craft on a Monday and Friday at 2 PM BST. We have about 2 hours of crafting, and we talk about all sorts, and it's really good fun. Thank you, everybody. Right, I'm going to go and get some lunch because I'm incredibly hungry. But as always, thank you for your support. I've really appreciated it, and enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Bye.